Changchun Tzu Chi volunteers go to Yongji to send winter warmth to the local residents, helping them pass through the tough time. Tzu Chi staff from 4 missions gather to send blessings to everyone before Lunar New Year. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Ruby Ng. Thank you for joining us. In China, Changchun Tzu Chi volunteers traveled 128 kilometers to Yongji just to send winter warmth to the local residents, helping them face this pandemic tough time.
The trunk of the car is filled with supplies. From Changchun to Yongji, the distance between the two places are over 100 kilometers. Volunteers go through all of this just to send the winter warmth personally.
We're sending this love to all of you because all of you have been so hardworking and times have been rough for you too.
Back in 2017, when Yongji had a flood, Tzu Chi volunteers from Changchun also headed over to assist in disaster relief, sending supplies to calm the hearts of the locals. This time, due to the pandemic, volunteers are back again. Although the temperature is minus 18 degrees Celsius, that does not stop the volunteers from sending warmth to the community residents in Changchun.
All of you have been working so hard. Sorry that we have come a bit late, but we are here to provide you with some warmth. This is our tea. It's called Peace and Calm Tea.
As the weather gets colder, their hearts get warmer. Volunteers and locals are caring and supporting each other, hoping for the tough time to end soon.
In Tainan, the Weiguan apartment complex collapsed in the 2016 earthquake. Before this, many signs of building insecurity were found. It is believed that more attention should be drawn on the safety of building structure and urban renewal should be implemented to prevent future disasters.
The excavator snatches, cleans, and separates the debris instead of the traditional way of hitting and crushing, hoping to save more earthquake survivors and leave bodies intact.
When they saw they carried my mother's body out, I was dazed. I remembered that her last words to me were asking me to hang dry her laundry. After that, I never saw my mother again.
Thinking about how his mother would want to see him again, Fang Youwei did his best to escape from the earthquake. Unfortunately, there was not good news.
Up till now, I often think that since I was not crushed, if I did not crawl out, when the rescuers came, they would see the position of my home more clearly. Then there would be a better chance of saving my mother.
Many people will feel shocked, sad, depressed, and guilty. For the people who are still alive, it's important for them to bid farewell to the deceased. When we first touch the wound, it will bleed, and we can talk with him and slowly help him heal the wound.
After listening to Buddhist teachings, Fang does not blame anyone for the natural disaster. He can only miss his mother instead of feeling guilty.
Marks of cracks have appeared in the building's basement. At the end of 2015, I told my mom, let's sell the house and move out. Look, the basement is collapsing. My mother said, I also want to move, but I'm unable to do so.
While many experts know about the hidden risks, they could not predict that this magnitude 6.6 earthquake, which took place in Meinong, Kaohsiung, had the ability to destroy so many buildings in Tainan.
We need to come up with an urban renewal plan that prevents disasters. After locating the houses, what is the next step? You cannot tell people that their houses are very dangerous, as people will be scared. Our goal is to come up with the order of urban renewal after locating the dangerous buildings.
Urban renewal that prevents disaster emphasizes that townhouses or buildings that often leak. They might have hidden dangers as they are located in the earthquake belt area. The seismic index has increased to more than 30 to 40%. In the future, they should try not to construct buildings at the same locations.
Buildings that are taller than 50 meters need to be inspected, but Weiguan apartment complex did not reach 50 meters. The reason that few checks were conducted in the past is that inspection staff members were not enough. Tainan city government has commissioned Engineers Association to help us conduct the inspections.
4 years after the earthquake, the Executive Yuan has finally amended Building Act, stipulating that buildings beyond certain sizes must be inspected by third-party professional organizations before licenses can be distributed.
With the third-party inspection, architects will ensure the structure's safety. We're 7 miles away from Xinhua Fault. The steels are especially thick and the cement has been enforced. The soil has not been liquefied. And there has been enforcements, including making wall within wall in the underground structure.
The residents of Weiguan apartment complex take turn to watch the construction of the building on site. They hope that they can ensure the safety of the new building and prevent future disasters.
Let's take a look at Tzu Chi's major events that took place in July and August of 2020 in response to the pandemic.
In July 2020, 2 Muslim Tzu Chi volunteers from Turkey donated 2 copies of the Quran to Tzu Chi.
一本是20年，一本是500年，手抄本。我把2本古兰经都送给上人。
In Istanbul, after receiving aid from Tzu Chi, Syrian refugees prayed together for the pandemic to end soon.
اللهم ارحمهم بأن تصرف عنهم هذا البلاء وهذا الوباء.
نتمنى الشفاء لإخوتنا التايوانيين والصينيين وأي بلد في العالم كله نتمنى لهم المقاومة والنصر على هذا المرض.
The refugees even donated spare change they had on them to help people around the world affected by COVID-19. Altogether, they pooled together over $2,300 US. This is Sierra Leone, a country plagued by civil wars and poverty.
I can hear something in my ear, in my ears. I can cry.
In July, Tzu Chi donated rice to help local students in need.
And that is what I got from Master. That is not only, yes, you feed the people, but teach them how to feed themselves so that they could not depend on aid.
In Mozambique, Tzu Chi broke ground for a primary school in Sofala province. In 2019, Mozambique was hit by Cyclone Idai. Following emergency relief efforts, Tzu Chi started to rebuild schools as children's education cannot wait.
Foi devastado pela esta senhora aqui. O país foi devastado pelo ciclone Idai, gritou por Moçambique e em menos de 4 semanas, 55 países.
Antica ajudou, aqui em Nhamatanda, a vila ajudou, todo o distrito estão a ajudar há bastante tempo. Quando foi das grandes chuvas.
Com a flor de lótus em terras lamacentas, Sushi é o barco da esperança, é compaixão, é alívio, Sushi é amor.
In August, the COVID-19 test kit developed jointly by Academia Sinica, Tzu Chi University, and Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital was approved by Taiwan's government. After mass production, the kits were donated to countries affected by the pandemic. Also in August, Tzu Chi held an event to honor 30 years of recycling efforts. Tzu Chi's recycling mission started in 1990. Since then, many people have been inspired to recycle. To observe the 7th lunar month, which is a month of gratitude and filial piety in Buddhism, Tzu Chi invited a drumming troupe to give a presentation in Hualien, Taiwan. In Latin America, to help people go through the pandemic, Tzu Chi volunteers gave out supplies to the needy, churches, and hospitals in many countries, including Mexico. Honduras.
Le pedimos a la Fundación Tzu Chi que nos ayude con la comida porque no hemos comido, tenemos hambre. Gracias.
Guatemala.
A la Fundación Tzu Chi de Taiwán, a todos los que han colaborado de una manera u otra, a las familias también, al nomás llegar a nuestras instalaciones.
Dominican Republic.
A un huracán le pedí a Dios, déjame llegar a donde esta gente, que yo sé que esto es la realidad.
Saint Martin. Ecuador.
Mi tarea es tratar de organizar las entregas de los víveres y de ayudar en lo que más se pueda en la comunidad.
La maestra Changchun le mandan un saludo y una fundación que viene ayudando a nivel mundial. Y hoy estamos acá en Bellaflor, pues esperamos que le va a servir de mucha ayuda.
Brasil.
Fico muito grato por isso, porque vai ajudar muito a gente aqui. Toda doação é bem-vinda. E a gente está muito feliz com o grupo de ter disponibilizado o tempo e o dia e fazer de coração para poder doar para os nossos residentes, para a nossa casa.
Paraguay.
Camina por la presencia de ustedes, porque imagina todo esto, ¿no? Que llega ahora. Recién está terminando este día alegre con esta bendición.
Argentina.
共体时间，希望这些医疗人员都能够平安。
Tzu Chi, la cual muy amablemente colaboró con nosotros para atención de pacientes.
Chile.
Y estoy muy agradecida por la ayuda que están dando esta organización en estos momentos, en estos tiempos tan difíciles que estamos pasando. Y muchas gracias.
And Bolivia.
Expresar, primeramente, desde Santa Cruz, la Sierra Bolivia, nuestro agradecimiento, porque esto es al pueblo cruceño, querido Yen, a la Fundación Tzu Chi de Weiguan.
Cuando fuimos a la fundación y estuvimos presentes con el doctor Lacoa y todo un equipo de Bolivia, nosotros nos sentimos orgullosos y gracias por seguir apoyando a Bolivia y en especial a Santa Cruz y al Hospital Francés.
Before Lunar New Year, Tzu Chi staff from 4 missions gathered to send New Year blessings to everyone. Students from Tzu Chi universities also dress up in their traditional hometown clothing to perform a sign language song.
It's the eve of the Lunar New Year, and everyone seizes the opportunity to wish the Master a happy Lunar New Year.
Tzu Chi has reached many corners of the world as the image of the Tzu Chi footprints are often seen locally, spreading love and care to all in need.
In the past year, I want to especially thank the volunteers for their action.
Tzu Chi's education begins from kindergarten to doctorate's degree. It attracts students of all ages to study in Taiwan.
It can be akin to story of the three kingdoms and 8 immortals crossing the sea as they reach Tzu Chi's spiritual home, which eventually becomes a second home to them.
Tzu Chi's humanitarian mission helps to spread the truth and beauty of Tzu Chi's actions.
We'll continue to promote vegetarianism and reduce plastic usage.
Master Zhenyan, along with the assistance of Jinsebo Dharma masters, hand out red envelopes of blessing and wisdom to everyone.
我们第一个心愿就是脱离口罩，但是呢，现在还要呢戒慎虔诚，人人要保护好，非戴不可。
It is hoped that with vegetarianism and hygiene diligence, we can all remove the masks soon and breathe healthy air without it.
Tzu Chi medical staff from around Taiwan also gathered before Lunar New Year to make a vow to safeguard their posts continuously and wish the pandemic to end soon.
It's the end of the Lunar Year, and during the morning volunteers meeting, the Tzu Chi medical staff from across the island wished the Master a Happy New Year.
We have lived through this year with peace and harmony. Thank you, Master Changchun, the Dharma masters at the abode, and all the volunteers across the globe for your efforts.
Of all the 19 teaching hospitals, Tzu Chi has the highest score of them. Our young attending physicians are all very excellent.
Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital filmed a video for the new year, while the 62 hospital staff who are becoming certified Tzu Chi volunteers this year performed an excerpt of a sutra adaptation.
For the sutra adaptation performers, we hope to work hand in hand and move in synchronicity while following the Master's footsteps.
Meanwhile, the medical staff from Dalian, Douliu, and Jiayi vowed to further expand their services so more residents of these remote regions can be served.
If we include the long-term care service part, then we can form a very dense medical net. In the year 2021, we'll push towards that goal of turning Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital into a place where Dharma wisdom flows in and out.
As for the medical staff from the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, they vowed to safeguard the health of all those they come across.
努力防疫不放松，优化资讯尽全功。去年很多的
Last year we were met with many situations and challenges, much like the waves in the ocean. We're thankful we have the guidance and blessings of Master Zhenyan to help us through.
Staff of the Tzu Chi's medical mission works together with their expertise and love to welcome the Lunar New Year.
In Indonesia, Tzu Chi volunteers in Tebing Tinggi and Medan work together to distribute rice, food packages and red envelopes to the local residents impacted by the pandemic.
The people maintain social distancing, had their body temperatures checked, and disinfect their hands with hand sanitizers. Tzu Chi volunteers in Tebing Tinggi distributed Lunar New Year gifts to impoverished families, and only one representative is needed to head over to collect the gift.
For those who were affected by the pandemic, those who have lost their jobs, it is hoped that this gift from Tzu Chi can be of help to their families.
Saya merasa bahagia ya. Dengan adanya ini, kami merasa terbantu.
We feel very happy and also felt that we received much help. Especially during the Lunar New Year, our family expenses will increase. This gift today has enabled us to have a much happy and prosperous Lunar New Year.
Dapat menambah suasana Imlek ini menjadi lebih.
Besides being the receivers, the locals also had a turn of hands to become givers, hoping to help others in need.
The
pandemic has taught us to put ourselves in others' shoes, cultivating empathy towards others. We all know that the pandemic has had a great impact on the economy and life has been difficult.
5 distribution sessions were held, helping over 250 families. The rice, food package, calendar, and red envelopes has enabled everyone to welcome the Lunar New Year with much joy.
Owing to the pandemic, the year-end blessing ceremony held in Hualien, Taiwan, was broadcast through the internet for Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers to join. Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers also distributed red envelopes to the public before Lunar New Year. Boxes of red envelopes of blessings and wisdom and blessing packages are being unloaded from the truck. Volunteers are packing the Jinxi multigram powder carefully.
Many people are looking forward to receiving the Master's red envelopes of blessing and wisdom. Because the pandemic came so suddenly, we seized the opportunity to send the Master's blessings to other people, our volunteers and care recipients.
Holding an umbrella against the shining sun, Tzu Chi volunteer Zhou Tianshui also wants to send this love to other people.
I am going to send this red envelope of blessing and wisdom to other people. On behalf of the Master, may I wish you and your family peace and safety.
Senior Tzu Chi volunteer Mei Yujuan, although she has mobility issues, she still tries her best to do Tzu Chi duties.
I have invited more than 10 households when they brought their monthly donation here. Or I would call them to invite them. They said yes immediately.
Melissa, a migrant worker from the Philippines, worked at the home of a Tzu Chi volunteer for 3 years. She participates in a year-end blessing ceremony with her employer every year.
That we cannot gather together to witness the ceremony, it doesn't stop us from being thankful for all the blessings that we received. Through the internet, we shared our gratefulness to each and everyone.
Gathering kind thoughts, everyone can still meet through the internet and pray together sincerely to end the pandemic. Also in Malaysia, Butterworth Tzu Chi's after-school class held a campaign to encourage students to adopt a vegetarian diet for a month. Let's meet the student, Lin Ruian, who is willing to go meatless even after the 1 month.
Elementary school student Lim Ruian has planned to adopt a vegetarian diet for a month to support Tzu Chi after-school classes' 3 Fields of Blessing campaign. However, she has gotten used to embracing vegetarianism.
When other people eat meat, I want to eat it too, but I'll bear with it. I encourage my relatives, friends, and cousins to adopt a vegetarian diet. If she accidentally ate meat, she would spit it out, so I was touched by her determination. During the Vegetarian Planet campaign this year, I hope my entire family can adopt a vegetarian diet.
Lim Ruian's determination comes from Dharma Master Zheng Yan's teachings.
Because the Master has encouraged us to adopt a vegetarian diet, so I think I should embrace vegetarianism.
Her mother supports her child's wish, taking actions to go meatless.
I think embracing vegetarianism is good for our health, so we try to cook less meat and more vegetables at home. Since she has started to adopt a vegetarian diet, I've decided to cook vegetarian food at home.
Lim Ruian and her family are adopting a vegetarian diet for better health and also to protect the planet Earth.
In Batam, Indonesia, Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a blood donation event in Jinsu Hall. Thank you and goodbye.